Hi guys, it's Agnes again. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. There's a proper reason for it though. As you know, I'm a mermaid, right? And I've been away doing mermaid things. Not sure how much I can tell you. I'll just give it a quick go before I get into this video. Um, so basically, as you know, there are loads of mermaid stories, there's loads of mermaid folklore, and I was away doing this kind of protest thing. It was a bit like a rally. Um, you could call it a riot, but it wasn't very rowdy, it was more sort of a silent protest. And it's about the hundreds of years of disrespectful mermaid biography, disrespectful mermaid folklore and stories, really fetishizing the idea of mermaids, usually by sailors who just like the idea of having a relationship with a mermaid because they're a mermaid and not because of their personality or anything like that. So we're really kind of rising up against that. We were spreading positive mermaid stories where they had more of a personality themselves and stories where it was from the mermaid's perspective and not from the sailor's perspective. So that's what I was away doing. I hope it's a valid excuse for you because I realise I should have been back on the channel a lot earlier, but I had to go and do that. And I feel like it is quite a valid excuse because it needs to be out there. Even though I'm an ex-mermaid, I'm still allowed to attend that kind of thing. Anyway, let's get to this. I'm responding to a request by Lakshmi Mason to react to Kermit the Frog. So, let's go. Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog. Now, I've already Googled this once because I thought that it was kind of frozen yogurt because of the frog part. I thought that that was an abbreviation for frozen yogurt. And I was really craving a frozen yogurt, and I know I'm not really meant to go ahead and skip to things and Google them before I film the reaction video because it's cheating, but I was desperate for a frozen yogurt, man. I mean, this was like the third day of the campaign that we were doing to spread the voices of mermaids and ex-mermaids, and like we were out at sea for ages. I wasn't used to having their mermaid food because I've been on land for quite a while. So I was quite really like struggling with it, and I was getting loads of cravings. And I just thought I would kill for the frozen yogurt right now. So that's why I googled it. Didn't find anything. I just found this weird fluffy Muppet guy. So let's go ahead and have a look at him. Images. Now he looks like he's made of felt. He doesn't look like a real frog, does he? It's a bit like that Tasmanian devil thing, how I was really disappointed when it turned out that the Tasmanian devil wasn't actually a devil. Well, Kermit the Frog isn't actually a frozen yogurt, and neither is he a frog, he's a Muppet. And he doesn't even look like a proper frog either. Really unrealistic. I don't know what it's supposed to be. You know what it reminds me of actually? It reminds me of those hippie toys that are kind of made out of felt, and hippies give them to their children to play with them. They don't want their kids to play anything resembling guns or Barbies because Barbies represent capitalism. So I give them these felt things that barely resemble what they're supposed to resemble. You know, this is a frog. Frogs don't wear those what if they're called those collars? It's not a proper collar either. It's not like one of those Shakespearean collars, but it's the wrong shape and it's flopping down. It's triangular instead of having really nice ruffles. Not this one. And why can't I click on it? Some glitching is going on. It's seriously bad. I can't even scroll. Let's try and click it again. What the hell's happening? I think it's all this time being away from the computer on the mermaid stuff. I've forgotten how to use it. Anyway, that picture's really bad. If those people who made the Kermit the Frog puppets were doing it because they were anti-capitalism and anti-mainstream toys, why the hell are they advertising Lipton iced tea? Oh, it's not even iced tea, see, it's Lipton tea. You're not supposed to have any product placements. If you're against all that, what are you doing advertising tea? It's an actual brand, it's a really big brand, and I'm not even sure how ethical it is. In this picture, he's driving. Firstly, unsafe to drive like that. You shouldn't have one hand up. You shouldn't be looking away from the road or from the wheel. You should either be looking right at the road and the car's ahead of you, or you should be looking into the rearview mirror. And this frog's doing neither of those things. So I don't think this is really good. Secondly, he's got his hand on a steering wheel, and That is basically capitalism. What's this one? Oh, trying to go back to their hippie roots, aren't they? To make up for that. This one looks like it's some kind of cowboy. Yeah, it's wearing a hat. Wow, amazing. That changed my life. What's this? Some kind of Star Wars spoof? Oh, and they're a real frog. That's a relief, isn't it? What's this one? This one has Kermit, the drawings, head pasted onto Kermit, the weird three-dimensional, fluffy, not really fluffy, felt-made hippie toy body. And I suppose it's supposed to be funny. That's a copy of Jabba the Butt, or Jabba the Nut, whatever his name is, from Star Wars. That's another gun one. Oh god, that's really bad. These people are breaking their principles already. Oh, and a drunk one. Not very good for your kids to see, is it? And one where it looks really depressed. Oh, Jesus Christ, man! Another gun? And another capitalism one. These people, they really need to stick to these principles. I feel like people sell out really quickly, and it's faster with the media these days because it's so easy to make money out of things, and they're really trying to get a lot of mileage out of it. So they've invented this kind of toy that's eco-friendly, that's made out of felt that they can give to their hippie children to spread hippiness and communism or whatever. In the end, they've gone against their ideals, haven't they? Showing capitalism here, capitalism there, just gone against it. And I'm not saying I support all their hippie nonsense crap, their communist crap, whatever, but I'm also not saying that I support the idea of going against your principles. Wow, these two pictures are so close together, and there's like such an intangible difference between them and a border that it looks like they're in the same image, doesn't it? That's weird. This one on the left is clearly a different version of the same frog as the one on the right. They have different lightings, but they look like they're made out into the same thing. White background. That's kind of weird with all these more colourful ones around. Oh, that one's got a white background as well, but it's not joined up to that one. Okay, let's go back to all. Let's see if there's any kind of articles about them. Or should I click on a random one? Click on that, Muppet Wiki, fandom powered, blah blah blah. So the premiere episode in 1969. Jesus Christ, man, that's ages ago. And 69 is a rude number. I don't think they should choose that for a kids' show. Kermit the Frog has made significant appearances on Sesame Street. Jesus Christ, man, they're treating it like it's a real person. It would be impressive if, it was some kind of peace activist appearing on stuff, talking about it, won a Nobel Prize or something. But no, it's just a stuffed animal. Not even a stuffed animal, it's a toy made out of felt. They're talking about its significant appearances. How significant can that be? Unlike the other Sesame Street characters, Sesame Workshop never had any ownership of Kermit the Frog. Well, ownership's a subjective thing, isn't it? Kermit the Frog with Bob in episode 0001. Bob is a really normal name. I think that if you're going to choose a name for yourself on a kids' show, you should make it a really distinctive one. You should have a name that stands out like Bob or Hobnob. I mean, if it has to sound a bit like Bob, why not add a few more syllables? Why not add something more interesting? Make it longer, make it more distinctive. Don't just keep it to Bob. No one's going to remember Bob in 2 years' time. They look at me and be like, Agnes, remember Bob? I'll be like, no, I don't remember Bob. You'll be like, Bob, do you remember Bob? Bob will be like, no, I don't remember Bob. And nobody will remember Bob except you because you're asking the question. It would be a bit hard to ask that question if you'd forgotten about Bob, wouldn't it? Well, what's he doing? Rolling a joint? That's so inappropriate. Rolling a joint in front of a child, isn't he? It's bad. I don't approve of that. I don't think drugs are inherently bad, but I don't think you should be exposing children to them at such a young age. And I don't get why the episode has 3 zeros in front of it. You get it, it's episode 1. You don't need 3 zeros in front of it, do you? Those are the kind of zeros that you're supposed to imagine. You're supposed to imagine zeros before and after numbers. When I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I write it down, I don't write all the zeros. That go on forever. If you decided to write the zeros, invisible zeros before and after numbers, how would you know when the cutoff point was? You wouldn't. See? So that's a problem with that. I don't think I approve of Kermit the Frog, but I'm going to let people watch him if they want. Thanks a lot. Bye.